Right then, Forest faithful. What if I told you that whilst everyone's been banging on about our attacking signings, the real revolution is happening in the engine room? What if I said that 3 moves in the last 72 hours have completely reshaped our midfield strategy for the next 5 years? You see, whilst the media are losing their minds over strikers and wingers, our Evangelos Marinakis and his team have been playing 4D chess with the spine of our team. And I'm not chatting about small tweaks here, lads. I'm talking about a complete philosophical shift in how we're going to dominate the middle of the park. Picture this: a Welsh warrior who's just committed his prime years to our cause, an Ivorian powerhouse who might be sacrificed for the greater good, and a Danish captain who could be the missing piece in our European puzzle. 3 players, 3 different stories, but one unified vision. But here's what's doing my head in. Can you see the pattern emerging? Because when you connect the dots between these 3 moves, you'll realize we're not just building a team. We're constructing a machine that could dominate English football for the next half-decade. The first story involves loyalty rewarded in the most spectacular fashion. The second, a heartbreaking sacrifice that might just fund our dreams. And the third, well, the third might be the stroke of genius that brings everything together. Smash that like button if you're ready to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. And tell me in the comments, which position do you reckon needs strengthening most urgently? Because what I'm about to reveal will show you that Nuno Espirito Santo has been planning this revolution since day one. Get comfortable, because the first revelation involves a player who's about to become the heartbeat of our defense for years to come. Shh. And we're starting with news that had me absolutely buzzing. Neco Williams, our Welsh wizard down the right flank, has just put pen to paper on a brand new contract that runs until June 2029. But this isn't just any old contract extension, lads. This is a 25-year-old player in his absolute prime, choosing to tie his best years to Nottingham Forest when he could have easily buggered off to a bigger club for more money. Think about that for a second. Williams has been absolutely phenomenal since joining us. The way he bombs forward, whips in those crosses, tracks back defensively, he's become the complete modern fullback that every Premier League manager dreams of. And instead of using his brilliant form to secure a move elsewhere, what's he done? He's doubled down on US. Do you know what this tells me? It tells me that behind the scenes, Williams has been shown something special. He's been told about a project, a vision, a plan that made him think, bloody hell, I want to be part of this for the long haul. And here's the tactical genius of it all. In Nuno's system, Williams isn't just a defender, he's practically a right winger when we're going forward. The lad provides width, pace, creativity, and defensive solidity all rolled into one. He's essentially 2 players in one position. But keeping Williams wasn't just about sentiment, was it? It was about building a foundation. Because when you're planning to compete in Europe, when you're assembling a squad that can handle 50+ games a season, you need players you can absolutely rely on. Players who understand the club, who've been through the battles, who know what it means to wear that red shirt. Williams signing that extension sends a message to every other player. This is where I want to be. This is where success is going to happen. It's the kind of move that creates a domino effect throughout the squad. But here's where it gets interesting. Why would Williams commit his prime years unless he knew something massive was coming? Unless he'd been assured that the midfield behind him was about to get a complete overhaul? Because what happened next will show you exactly what convinced him to stay. And now we come to the story that's got me proper conflicted, lads. Ibrahim Sangare, our Ivorian colossus, the man who's been an absolute warrior in our midfield, might be heading for the exit door. And it's breaking my heart. Juventus are sniffing around our big man, and you know what? I can't even blame him. Sangare has been nothing short of sensational since arriving from PSV. The way he breaks up play, drives forward with the ball, his aerial dominance, he's been like having a one-man wrecking crew in the middle of the park. But here's the brutal reality of modern football, and this is what separates the emotional fans from the strategic thinkers. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a good player to bring in a great player. Sometimes you have to let go of someone you love to fund a dream signing that changes everything. And that's exactly what's happening here. The money from Sangare's potential sale to Juventus is going straight into the Douglas Luiz fund. We're talking about swapping a very good defensive midfielder for a player who can do everything. Defend, create, score goals, take free kicks, provide that Brazilian flair that gets bums off seats. Now I know what you're thinking, but Sangaré's been brilliant for us, and you're absolutely right. The lad's given everything to our cause. But here's the thing. Douglas Luiz isn't just an upgrade, he's a transformation of what we can do in midfield. Think about it tactically. Sangaré is brilliant at what he does, but he's quite specialized. Luiz, the Brazilian, can play as a holding midfielder, box to box, even as a number 10 when needed. He's like having 3 different players depending on what the game situation requires. And here's the bit that's got me proper emotional. Sangaré knows this might be best for everyone. He gets a move to one of Europe's biggest clubs. We get the funds to bring in a player who could take us to the next level. It's footballing evolution in action. But here's the question that's keeping me up at night. If we're letting Sangaré go to fund Luiz, and we've already secured Williams long term, what's the third piece of this midfield puzzle? And here's where the genius of our recruitment team becomes absolutely crystal clear. While everyone's been focused on the Luiz saga, our scouts have identified the perfect complement, Mads Bidstrup, the RB Salzburg captain. Now this is where you can see the vision coming together, lads. We're not just randomly collecting midfielders. We're building a perfectly balanced engine room that can handle anything the Premier League and Europe can throw at us. Bidstrup isn't just any old midfielder, by the way. This Danish captain has been leading Salzburg in the Champions League. The lad's got experience at the highest level. He's captained a team that's consistently punched above their weight in European competition. That's exactly the kind of mentality we need. And here's the beautiful thing about this potential signing. Bidstrup is only 24 years old. He's entering his prime years, just like Williams, just like most of our squad. We're building something for the long term here, not just papering over cracks for one season. But the tactical implications are what get me most excited. Picture this midfield setup. Douglas Luiz as a deep-line playmaker, spraying passes and breaking up play. Bidstrup as the box-to-box captain, leading by example, getting stuck in. And then we've got the flexibility to bring in Elliot Anderson, Ryan Yates, or Nico Dominguez, depending on what the game needs. It's like having a midfield Swiss Army knife. Every tool for every situation. Defensive solidity, sorted, creative spark, covered, leadership and experience. Bidstrup brings that in spades. Goals from midfield, Luiz has that covered. And here's what's blowing my mind. This isn't random shopping, is it? Every signing fits into a master plan. Williams anchoring the right flank for years to come. Sangaré's sacrifice funding the Luiz dream. Bidstrup adding that Scandinavian steel and Champions League experience we've been missing. Can you imagine this team in full flow? Williams bombing forward down the right, Luiz picking out passes from deep, Bidstrup driving through the middle like a proper captain should. It's giving me goosebumps just thinking about it. Now here's the question that's going to define our next 5 years. Are we witnessing the birth of a midfield that could challenge the very best in England? Are we looking at the foundation of something truly special at the City ground? Smash that like button. Sheen, if you can feel this midfield revolution building, tell me in the comments which of these 3 moves excites you most, and hit subscribe. Because when these signings are confirmed, the celebration video is gonna be epic. The Garibaldi revolution isn't just about attack, lads. It's about building a complete team that can go toe-to-toe with anyone. And from what I'm seeing, we're bloody close to achieving exactly that.